They said the nation's credit card debt is getting extremely fat. Yes, overweight. $1 trillion to be exact. And to be honest, I suggest it uses Ozempic. I mean, everybody else is. This is the weekly watch list. Let's go. What's going on, gang? I'm your host, FICO Jordan. I am 1/4 of the leadership of Alpha Pack Trading and the creator of the Alpha Blueprint. We're back to bring you another weekly watch list. The bros got some heat for you this week, and I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into my list to not waste any more of your time. We know the market is looking like it's going to be heading to the downside. I've been in SPX puts for over a week now. I'm currently up just at 44%. But they don't expire until the end of the month. So hopefully, if the way things look currently as far as price action is concerned across the market, especially with tech, we're going to get some juice to the downside. Now, I have some really cool to show you guys. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to catch a glimpse of that. Let's go ahead and get into Mr. Check My Resume's watch list. Wealthy Soon will be up next. Boss Gang VIP. Bros, what do y'all have for the gang this week? Let's make the people some money.
Yo, what's good, Alpha Pack? It's your boy KMG with another watch list. Let's get right into it. First thing on my list, we got WWW. Just hit not only the monthly BF, but also a quarterly BF. I'm liking this one. A quarterly and a 6 month. And I want to look for that 2-2 rev on the day off a hammer. Coming off point of control. I really like that setup. Next on the list, we got X. X also just hit some major broadening formations. I believe X just touched the monthly, and so it's revving off the monthly. If you look at it on the week, it's another 2-2 rev. It did a failed 2 down on Friday, so I'm really liking this one as well. And I just like the way that materials is set up for the most part. Okay, next one on the list is we got Honeywell. Honeywell just hit the quarterly BF, and if you look at it on the week, it was able to make a hammer. I believe this is a 2-2 that's waiting to go the other way. It was a failed 2 down, was able to hit the bottom of the BF, make a hammer right at the 50% of the previous week. So now we just do a 2-2 rev back to the upside. Honeywell is fire. It's probably my favorite on the list this week, not gonna lie to you. All right, next on the list, we got Cat. Cat is one of those. It's been going. Keep feeding the beast, right? It's green on all time frames. If you're not in, you'll be able to get an entry on this inside week break. This is a continuation play, so just make sure you know all the levels. J&J, just like Cat, is one of those ones that's already been moving and down. I see it still having room to the upside, so just find a good place to entry. And last on the list, we got HD. HD at the top of its range. And if you look at it on the week, it did a failed 2 down last week, hammer after hit. And this wasn't a major BF. I believe this was just a weekly. So just hitting a weekly BF. And we got room to the upside. We got space until we get to the next BF, which is like at 350. It's like $20 a price action. So really like HD. And then just for honorable mention, you could throw in Lowe's. Lowe's isn't as bad either. It just doesn't look as great as HD, but keep an eye on Lowe's. They typically move together. So if you can't find one, you can find the other. And that is my watch list. Shout out to the pack. Let's continue to eat.
Yo, what's good with it, Pack family? This your boy, Mr. Check My Resume. I'm here to bring you my watch list for the week of August the 14th. So without any delays, we're going to get right into the plays. So the first one on my list that I'm looking at is HD, Home Depot, ticker HD. So we're going to take a look at HD here and see what this setup gives us for the week. First off, we're looking at a 2-2 day setup here, looking for an entry above 331.59. And we're looking for a target on that short-term entry. Looking for maybe 335 initially as an initial target. Hopefully from there we can push above previous highs around 354. But initially we've got to get through this first level here. And then the second entry I have is a weekly level reversal 2-2 rev on the week here at 332.90. And looking at this one here, looks really good for us to take to the upside. Looking for levels initially maybe 335 and 340. And then we've got some macro broadening formations around the 350 level. So that'll be ultimately what I'm looking at to see if we can get that type of movement to the upside. So that'll be the first ticker I'm looking at here is HD. And moving on to the next one here, I want to look at. We're going to get into the healthcare sector. This is one that I've been playing for quite a while now. This is one of our re-entry setups for this week. CVS. Ticker is CVS. Most of you guys that are in the pack are familiar with this setup. We've been tracking this one for a while now. So we're coming off in a strong inside week close here. And so we're looking to take the Chicago 312 to the upside here. So here we got a couple of different setups. Chicago on the day here, looking for a 312. Our entry on the day is above $75 flat. And then if we drop down to the week, we are also looking at a Chicago setup here, looking at an entry above 75.35. And we've been in a little bit of like a traffic with these broadening formations. So we had a TTO last week. We've been kind of making higher lows from then. And then we got the outside week Thursday with a very strong inside day Friday. So we're looking for the Chicago to take us in force back through these broadening formations around the $76 level. Once we get through that level, then we're trying to push to 78 to go retest those highs from about 2 weeks ago. And then lastly, we have a quarterly reversal here that we're getting close to. We've been kind of inching our way up off of these yearly broadening formations. So we're looking for a 2-2 rev here on the quarter at 77.38. And that'll conclude our trip there on CVS. So that's another banger. It's a re-entry. We actually got in earlier, so we got some earlier entries on this one. But this is another one that we like really, really good. This CVS has been a money printer for the pack. So we definitely excited about that setup and what it's going to continue to bring us. That's what we do, baby. We like to take these plays. We like to catch them at the lower magnitude and then just kind of play through the range from there. Whether that's taking short-term or long-term interval trades in between, we're able to manipulate that to our advantage throughout the life of these trades. And so I'd rather make 4 or 5 trades on one individual ticker than trying to take 5 different trades on 5 different tickers. So anyway, moving on to the next ticker here, we've got SO, one of my utility plays, one of the ones that I've been, if it's somebody playing SO on these options, if they heard it, then they got it from me, because ain't nobody playing these utilities like us. But first and foremost, looking at SO, shout out to the pack. I know y'all hit on those SOs initially. We hit some big trades on this one, 700, 800, 1,000 percenters. Now we're going through some retracement, and we're looking to see if we can get a run before the end of this rotational period. So already hit once, we got the retracement, so now we're looking for a retest of those highs. So a couple things here. Looking at the day, we got a 2-2 rev above 69.70. That's pretty straightforward there. We're looking to get this one back to about the $71 range. But then also on the week, after this major retracement, we had the strong showing of the inside week. So we're looking for an entry above 69.97. That should take us about that 71.40 level. Then ultimately, I want to get this thing up until about the $73 level. I guess around, at least by next month's expiration, which would be September expiration. Also, we got failed 2 down on the month. Price is starting to push, so we want to see this thing take its path across the other side of the range. And then also here we're 2 down on the quarter, pushing up as well. So it looks like we're going to flip continuity on the quarter at $70.50, which is exactly $1 away. And we're not too far off on the month. So continuity can flip on this thing really quickly. Really like the way SO sets up, and y'all know how we do with SO. This is a banger. It's a banger. Next one I want to point out, and this is one that, I think for you all, just to be mindful of. We see how the market's behavior has been, and I've started to see a little bit of buying come in on GOLD. So just be mindful of that. Last week, we took entries on wheat and precious metals, WPM. That one also picked up. So there's no coincidence that I'm seeing gold look strong here the following week. So be mindful of that. The setup is there. So I'm looking for a couple of things to occur on this GOLD gold. First off, first and foremost, we got a 2-2 rev on the week here above $16.91. So that gives me an indication that we are potentially going to reverse the trend here and start to make our way up. We've also got some entries on the month that, we're not ready to go through. But if this failed to down on the month continues, then we may take out the other side of the range on the month time frame. And that's what I'm really looking at, is maybe getting back to like $18 or even higher off of this shift in the range. So looking at gold as another opportunity. This kind of correlates with our setups from last week on WPM. So we'll see what happens here. But the setup looks really strong. There's no wick on the week, and we've got some magnitude up to about 17, $18, and even over into 19 and some change. So I really like the way that sets up. And then the last one I want to talk about with you all this week is Caterpillar. So with Caterpillar, this is another re-entry that we had. We took Caterpillar about 2 weeks ago. We took a 212 entry. Price broke out, went all the way to target within that first week. I think we hit like 293, almost 294 on that move on CAT. So then so towards the end of that run, that 2 weeks ago, we had a bit of retracement. Price came back down to a level. There's a quarterly broadening formation. And then from last week's price action, kind of moved up off that retracement, giving us this 212 setup going into next week. So I'm really intrigued by the way the setup, how it sits here. So what I'm looking for, let me pull up the chart for this cat. Yeah. So for the Caterpillar, looking for the 212 bullish continuation on the week. We've got entry above 287.66. As you can see, we are in full time frame continuity on the macros. 2 up on the quarter, 2 up on the month. This one this been a banger. We went to target in 1 week. Now we had a retracement. I told the members to go ahead and take their profit at target 2 weeks ago. So for the there may be some of you that held, but for the most of us, the plan was to take profit at target, which is what we did. Target just got there really quickly. So now it looks like we had a retracement, and looks like price is starting to build back up and maybe go retest those highs. So if you did indeed get out and you're looking for a re-entry, this is a great opportunity to do that. However, like we said, this one is really bullish. Macros are in force. So I have no other expectation that this one will be moving up in force. And that'll conclude my watch list. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to y'all, Pack. Y'all have a great weekend, and see y'all in the Discord. Peace.
What up? It's your man, Boss Gang VIP, and this is what I'm going to be looking at this week. The first ticker I'm going to be looking at is EPD. I'm looking for a 212 week on EPD above $26.83. The next ticker I am going to be looking at is BMY. So on BMY, I'm looking for a 2-2 week above $61.95. Also, the 4-year high-low 50% is just above at $61.96. The next ticker I'm going to be looking at is Triple M. It's done me well in the past, and I'm going back to the well. I'm looking for a 312 day above 104.79. The 2-month high low from the current run up is 102.76, and we reversed back above that on the way back up. The next ticker I am going to be looking at is Blink. I'm looking for a 2-2 day on Blink above $5.92 on Blink. The next ticker I am going to be looking at is ChargePoint. On ChargePoint, I am looking for a 2-2 day above $7.85. If you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Let's have a great week.
Listen, you definitely want to go visit www.alphapackTrading.com if you're definitely looking for a trading home so you can learn how to find, execute, and profit off of 200, 300, even 500% setups on a regular basis, completely independent of anyone else's trash callouts or trade signals that feel like they have you handcuffed to someone else's responsibility of making you money. We show you how to get to the chicken yourself. And if you definitely want to take advantage of what we got rolling this week, if you use the code ALPHA, the first 25 that take advantage of this will get 25% off a monthly membership. Now, as far as what I'm paying attention to this week, I'll give you a couple, but you got to check out the watch list on my YouTube channel in the description below to get the full watch list because I don't want to keep you too long here. First thing I'm paying attention to is Adobe. This one's going to be a heater. Right now, we have a scenario 3 on the 2-week. That trigger is going to be at 506.37. Everybody that comes through my program knows that whenever you get a scenario 3, it is not always being identifying of a reversal. You hear this a lot, especially whenever it comes to bullish or bearish engulfing candles. And you hear this around the strat community. This is not true all the time. You have two questions you definitely want to ask. Is it range or is it reversal? So is it setting up an actionable signal? It is, because if you aggregate the month over those last two weeks, at least with TradingView and how it is showing up, we do have a shooter month aggregation there, and we will flip on Monday. So definitely want to be on the watch for that. Next, I'll give you is QCOM. Look, this one, another aggregation. It's going to be a shooter 2-month, $112.24 to the downside on that one. Very, very special. Definitely want to watch out for that trigger because we have failed one side of the month. If we get trigger, we move through 50% of the previous quarter. And, well, we already know what that looks like. So we'll definitely get a close on that, push us down to the low. That's going to be just below $102.50. Last but not least, I'll give you big lots. Setup on this is absolute fire. If you look at this, we have a shooter month. Aggregation, of course, but we are a failure on one side whenever you look how that previous month was set up, finishing June. So it's super gas whenever you look at a 2-month. Now, this setup is going to be nice because that trigger is going to be at $8.22. So that's our watch list for this week. Now, the question I pose to you is, are you here to trade or are you here to make money? Because we will always show you how to get to the chicken. Make sure you like, subscribe if we gave you any value. And remember, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them in my next live stream that I'll be doing. If you want to know when that will be, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you look at our social media links that are down below. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We always want to help and to make sure you are consistently able to find, execute, and profit. See you next week.